Acquiring the parent company of Elden Ring and Dark Souls creator FromSoftware outright might be too expensive for Sony, Japanese analysts say. Sony is reportedly only interested in Kadokawa's anime and video game division. So this is some news that broke, I believe, like a week or two ago, and the whole information regarding it was pretty interesting because it does seem like if Sony were to be able to actually purchase from software, it wouldn't just be their video game division and their anime division. It would be a lot of other stuff as well. So the fact that they were going after it was very interesting in the sense that like they're trying to really kind of put a dent and kind of make their mark as far as those areas go, those forms of entertainment and everything like that. And from what I've heard, it probably wouldn't necessarily be the best in regards to where people would be feeling in that case, just because with Sony having their studio kind of move to California, it does kind of seem like it would kind of have to start going in the direction of, well, like, I'm sorry to say it, but just kind of like the woke direction, where they would be trying to kind of insert their ideologies and everything like that into these kind of different forms of entertainment. So the fact that it seems like it's probably not going to be the case where they're going to be able to purchase it, from my own perspective, is I see that as a good thing. I'm sure there's some people that probably won't agree with that, but the fact that they're putting it at such a high price that Sony more than likely won't be able to actually purchase it, I am actually pretty happy about that. Just because, I don't really like the direction that Sony's been taking ever since they, moved their headquarters to California. And yeah, so the fact that this isn't most likely going to be the case, for me at least, that's a good thing. So I'll go ahead and read the article we got here, and then I'll give my thoughts as we go along. So, after online rumors swirling around the last week, Kurokawa has since confirmed that Sony is in fact interested in acquiring the Japanese media conglomerate, known for its anime and manga publishing, as well as its majority 70% share in From Software, the studio behind Elden Ring and Bloodborne. The deal is far from set in stone, though, as Japanese analysts are now predicting that Sony could pull out the discussion due to Kurokawa's costly price tag. So again, I think that's really cool just because of the fact that like I feel like they know what they have because of the fact that, like I said, there are so many forms of entertainment that they are a part of and they are in control of, that if they are going to be selling off their studio, it's not going to be something that's going to be cheap. And the fact that they know that, I feel like, is a really good thing. So that's according to Japan's Toyo Kezai, based on translations from Automation, which report that Sony might stop short of outright buying Karakawa, while Sony is reportedly more interested in the company's anime and video game division. Karakawa is said to be shopping its wares altogether, including its non-nerdy business ventures. Karakawa also published adult books, television, magazines, and more, for example, and the entire company is estimated to be worth over 640 billion yen, or around 4.2 billion, according to the Macquarie Capital Securities Japan. Sony has, of course, laid down that amount of money in the past, buying Destiny maker Bungie also cost it 3.6 billion, for example. However, as Automation points out, Sony has recently been dropping mountains of cash everywhere, namely with reports of 1 billion, I believe that's pounds, roughly 1.2 billion buyouts of classic music rights from Queen and Pink Floyd that probably put a dent in the company's wallet. That means if a bidding war were to begin between Sony and Karakawa's other main shareholders, Korea's Kakao or China's Tencent, then the PlayStation maker would likely back out completely. Some investors reckon the money would be worth it solely to get Dark Souls maestro Hidetaka Miyazaki on board. If I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. But for now, that's purely speculation, and neither company has publicly reached a decision. In the meantime, CR, and then, yeah. So, again, I think that's actually a good thing, just because, like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of the direction Sony has been taking in this regard. So the fact that they might step out, I think is kind of a good thing, just because the way that they've been handling a lot of properties and a lot of forms of entertainment in recent years, I feel like they probably wouldn't take it in the best direction. It'll probably be one of those things, like I said, they'll put their own ideologies into it. And more than likely, if people kind of show dismay and that they don't really agree with where they're going, I feel like they really won't care. They'll still kind of go their route, do what they're going to do. And, damn anyone that doesn't agree with them, kind of a thing. So, in my opinion, I think this is a good thing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think this is a good thing, or do you think this is a bad thing that they aren't able to actually get the rights to these? I know that there are some people that don't really care about all the other stuff. They just really hope that like Dark Souls and then Bloodborne will kind of get into their properties. But personally, I feel like this will be so much more than that, just because of the fact that, like it was stated, they have the video games, the anime, the adult television magazines, and I'm sorry, the adult books and then television magazines and stuff like that. It'll be just so much property that would be under Sony. And I'm really glad that they know how much they have on their hands, and they're not willing to sell it cheap. They are going to be, expecting a good amount of money if they do want somebody to purchase it from them. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.